a Dear Media original podcast.
Hi, welcome to Good Instincts. I'm Shira Barlow, but you may know me as the food therapist. Join me every Monday through Friday for bite-sized episodes designed to help you close the gap between where you are right now and where you want to go. This should feel good, like really good. And it will, I promise. This is a special episode because it is my first one I'm ever doing not in the studio. And I'm sitting in my son Oliver's room on the floor and it feels really good. So I wanted to talk today about a client of mine who is going through a really happy transition right now. She just moved in with her boyfriend. The reason we were talking about it is because she recently just felt really thrown off with food. She had been making a ton of progress and this threw her off. And then that was really upsetting to her. And we were talking about it a lot and how you often know that the really tough transitions are going to be things that are going to throw you off with food, whether it's breakup or getting fired or just being stressed and tired and busy. But we don't often think about it in terms of really happy transitions. And I think that it's worth looking into because in my work and what we talk about all the time is that the self-knowledge piece is so important. Understanding what throws you off course, what your roadblocks are, what are the things that keep us standing in place. Again, I think that the really tough transitions and also just daily life, we're busy and stressed and tired. All of those things make it really hard to make thoughtful choices in the moment, but we don't tend to think about it on the flip side. Over the years, I have worked with a ton of people who were transitioning into things that were really happy, like weddings and the excitement of a new job or a new school year or just any type of celebration. I think the thing that tends to happen is the loophole of it all, where people say, oh, this is a celebration, it doesn't count. Or, oh, it's this really special time, it doesn't count. The reason it doesn't work, and we've talked about this before, is that everything counts. Nothing is technically off limits. It's just that not everything can be worth it to you in that moment. We decided she had two options. She could either decide to kind of pause her progress temporarily and coast. That would have been totally fine. Or she could kind of jump right back in, no questions asked. And she ultimately decided to jump right back in. And the reason why is because it felt really good to her. There was a structure to it that felt really nice. And she could indulge in this way consciously when it was really worth it to her. But ultimately, the structure is what she craved. So that's what we did. There really was no wrong answer, but I was happy for her that she figured out a way that was going to work for her. I think this idea of knowing yourself and knowing that even in these happy transitions, this is always a possibility is really important. Because again, when we're going through the harder transitions, like for instance, a breakup, ideally we have friends and family who are checking on us and we know that there's kind of this push towards normalcy. But during these really happy moments, we don't have those same things. So it tends to be really surprising when things go awry. So if you find yourself embarking on a really happy, joyous time, A, I'm really happy for you. And B, don't be surprised if it can throw you off course a little bit. And don't be afraid to ask yourself those questions. Do you want to pause or do you want to stay on course? I really don't think there's a wrong answer as long as you're being really honest about it. This was really nice doing it this way. I hope it felt good for you. I really want this to be helpful. So if there's ever a topic that you'd like covered, let me know. I always read my DMs at Shira_RD, and I love hearing from you. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening to Good Instincts, hosted and written by me, Shira Barlow. You can find me on Instagram at Shira_RD. Good Instincts is a Dear Media daily,